From 9 News, this is your news today.
The show coming up this Monday, red flags raised, why workers applying to work on AUKUS are being denied. Plus, fists fly. Video captures a wild brawl inside Madison Square Garden. And unhappy little Vegemites. The Melbourne prisoner pleading for access to the Aussie staple.
But first this morning, the Victorian Government is set to make yet another announcement on crime, this time tackling knife offences. Let's go live to Today Melbourne reporter Christina Hearn. Chris, good morning to you. So what is Jacinta Allen's plan?
Well, Sarah, last week the Victorian Government made 3 announcements during their crime crackdown blitz. Today, they are turning their attention to knife crime. So the plan is to introduce specific offences relating to knife crime into the Crimes Act. What that would mean is that an offender faces an extra 3 years in prison on top of whatever sentence is already being handed down if they commit an offence with a knife. The Victoria Police has already seized a record 15,000 knives off our street this year. Sarah. All
right, Chris, thank you. A bushfire on the New South Wales south coast is now under control and has been downgraded to an advice alert. A southerly wind change over the fire ground in Warrawing Heights near Jervis Bay has eased the blaze as firefighting crews continue to contain the fire.
At this point, no properties been damaged, no reported injuries, but still a bit of work to do before this fire is contained and under control.
The fire has burnt through 28 hectares of land. Dozens of schools in South Australia and the ACT are closed today as specialist cleaners move in to safely dispose of play sand that may contain asbestos. This follows a national recall of the products across the country, which has seen them ripped from shelves. SA Health has assured parents the risk of asbestos is low.
The asbestos that is present in the product itself is non-respirable, so it can't be taken up into the lungs.
This is a naturally forming asbestos. It's called tremolite. It's dug out of the ground.
People are advised to dispose of the product at a safe waste site.
Security red flags have gone up with 1 in 10 AUKUS job applicants being rejected. Let's go live to Today Federal Politics reporter Liz Daniels. Liz, good morning to you. Connections to China are among the reasons.
They are, along with suspicious social media posts that are raising eyebrows, Carl. ASIO's already warned of what it calls unhealthy foreign interest in trying to penetrate the AUKUS program. This is the nation's biggest ever defence project, and it carries top secret operations, blueprints and intelligence. Now, as the search begins for staff, The Australian reporting that 1 in 10 people who want a job related to the submarine deal are being knocked back on security grounds. We will need a submarine workforce of about 20,000 from shipbuilders to welders and nuclear engineering specialists. We're already also upskilling our own Navy crews. 150 are training in the US and 50 Australians, Carl, are aboard US fast attack submarines operating out of Pearl Harbor.
Liz, thank you. Republican Marjorie Greene has spoken about her feud with the US president for the first time. In an interview with CNN, the Georgian congresswoman and one of Trump's staunchest supporters revealed their relationship has deteriorated because of her push to release all of the Epstein files.
I believe the country deserves transparency in these files, and I don't believe that rich, powerful people should be protected if they have done anything wrong.
Greene also apologised to the American people for taking part in, quote, toxic politics. At least 120 people have been injured in protests across Mexico. Thousands took to the streets across the country to voice their frustration over corruption and drug violence. The rally was organised by Gen Z groups, drawing support from citizens protesting against high-profile killings. Mexico's president said the protests were funded by right-wing politicians who oppose her government.
Zach Lomax is on the verge of becoming the first NRL player to join R360 after being released by the Eels. Let's go live to 9 Sydney reporter Nicole Dine at Eels HQ in Kellyville. Nicole, good morning to you. He's walked away from a 4-year deal.
And common sense would suggest, Sarah, that you don't walk away from a lucrative job like this one unless you have another one lined up. The Eels statement confirming his release specifically said the 26-year-old will be pursuing an opportunity outside of the NRL, and he has been very high on R360's wish list. It is an appealing prospect for Lomax, the chance to earn millions and millions of dollars while travelling the world, playing a new code alongside some incredible athletes. That is, Sarah, if this rebel rugby competition gets off the ground to begin with.
Indeed. Nicole, thank you.
At least one person has died and several others are missing after a stone quarry collapsed in northern India. Around 15 workers are believed to be trapped beneath a 6-metre-long slab of rock which slid off during mining activity. A multi-agency rescue operation is underway, but authorities are challenged by the risk of further collapses. A volcano off Japan's south coast has erupted, spewing lava more than 4 kilometres into the night sky. The huge eruption occurred around 1 a.m. local time on Sunday. Around 30 flights were cancelled in and out of nearby airports, and air pollution warnings are in place for residents. Well, fans who paid to see last night's UFC at New York's Madison Square Garden got one more fight than they paid for, a brawl erupting just metres from the octagon. Fight night. Let's go live to Nine's US correspondent Jonathan Kersley. Jono, good morning to you. It was gloves off.
It absolutely was gloves off. Fight night before the main card at UFC 322 at Madison Square Garden, and it actually involved a former teammate of champion Conor McGregor. Dylan Dennis had paid for a seat. He was sitting, though, in fighters' seats. Dana White, the UFC boss, essentially said he saw this problem coming, should have kicked him out sooner. The fight erupted between Dennis and the crew of another UFC fighter who was there on the night. And now Dennis has been banned for life. This was all taking place in front of thousands of fans who paid big money inside Madison Square Gardens. But look at these scenes here. Fists thrown, chairs flown, just about everything you can imagine. Dana White, the UFC boss, says he's taken responsibility. It's his fault. But as I said, Dylan Dennis banned for life from the UFC. Shown the door at Madison Square Garden.
Jono, thank you.
The iconic sights of Melbourne will be on display in the United States in a bid to get Americans down under for the first NFL regular season game next year. The MCG, Phillip Island Penguins, restaurants and golf courses will be shown on the SoFi Stadium screen in LA during tomorrow's match. It is part of their plan to reach new markets around the world and grow the game globally before the first game at the G with the Los Angeles Rams next year. Well, those family-friendly, or maybe not so, games of Monopoly might not be as long gone as you think. With the federal government's social media ban just around the corner, board game companies are hoping that families will go back to the future for entertainment as their teens ditch their devices. Board game sales have dropped in recent years after spiking during COVID. Well, have you ever wondered what Victorian inmates are allowed to eat behind bars? You can now take Vegemite off that list. One convicted criminal filing legal action claiming no access to the Aussie staple has barred him from soaking up ochre culture. The beloved spread has reportedly been banned from Victorian prison since 2006 following claims it interferes with narcotic detection dogs.
Well, a local fisherman has reeled in a monster catch from the Logan River. Shane Gallagher, there it is, posting a Facebook picture of a bull shark he caught while fishing on Sunday. The caption reading, "First of the season for me, will be a hard one to beat."
It is a big fish, isn't it? The shark appears to be bigger than most found in the area, with the typical length under 100 centimetres. He did release the shark, saying she swam off strong.
The magnificent banks of the Logan River.
It's like so swampy.
It is.
Let's take a look at the weather right across the country for you now. And some showers and cooler temperatures are expected across southeastern Australia, with rain at times in Canberra, Melbourne, Hobart and in Adelaide.
A warm and fine top of 33 degrees for Brisbane, 34 for Perth, while Sydney will be partly cloudy and 26 degrees.